Oh shit, it's Monday, 4/20. Greetings from Podcastville, you bad motherfuckers. Kick this motherfucking Mule Lee.
Oh shit.
It all starts fucking today, alright?
No more fucking excuses. This is the year of the fucking soldier. We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.
I love you motherfuckers. Happy 420 to you. Don't worry about what's going on. The only thing that's going on is you. You're alive, you're kicking. You're trying to put two pieces together, but so is everybody else. But right now, it's 4:20. I got my main brother in the house with the mask and everything. George Perez. I got Stymie over here. He don't want to do nothing. It's hilarious. I feel sitting across from George, I feel like we're two drug dealers on Drugs Inc.
Yeah.
You ever watch Drugs Inc? Yeah, every Friday night I go out there in an Uber. I sell fucking meth to little white kids, and you see the guy, yeah, now I'm going to go to Gorilla's house. You know, you ever watch that show?
No.
There's a show called Drugs Inc. on Travel, something like that. Drugs Inc.
And they sell drugs out of an Uber?
They fucking show every city. They break down every city. They got a drug dealer. They show you the components of the city. What makes up the drugs, what part of the city they sell them, and they give you the life and day of 2 or 3 drug dealers.
That's some
and
shit.
Everybody's got to wear a mask and shit. And you see them picking up the coke. Yeah, and they all got street names.
No way.
Killer, and they'll type up. And they've been having the coronavirus for years. They always got bandanas on. And hats and little Chinese glasses and shit.
That's fucking
So you remember
funny.
when you remember in the 70s they had glasses to make you look Chinese?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they had like little glasses that had like a glaze on them. And it made
What was the
look
point of
Chinese.
that?
So it made people think you were Chinese. I don't know, Lee. It was like a 3D glasses. I didn't ask questions. I just bought them and threw them in my drawer after that. It was like giving away 50 cents. Here, you take this. I don't fucking know.
All right.
It's 420. That fucking weed was good. I also want to give a shout out to weedmaps.com. I did a video for them this morning. It's up and rocking on my Instagram, and it's also on Twitter. I don't know where the fuck. I know it's on Instagram, and I'm part of the festival this afternoon for weedmaps.com, so don't forget about that. What's been going on, George Perez?
Bro, just living this quarantine life, trying not to be a weenie during the quarantine.
Okay.
I just, we talk. Joey, I love you. You call me like every other day or check in on me, and like, it's just been a bonding time with the kids. My kids are older, younger, and just living it up, bro. What else can you do?
At this point, I already wrote out my obituary.
Yeah?
That's just how you do it. When you're scared, when you're walking around this scared, I want you to do what General whatever told his men. Write out your obituary and your fucking eulogy.
Yeah, eulogy.
What you want the right guy to write. That's it. All of you do that. No. You can be a new fucking man the next day. Trust me when I'm telling you. Uncle Joey don't lie to none of his nephews. You know I love you motherfuckers with all my heart. Are you scared? Are you having anxiety? Do me a favor. Write your fucking obituary, the whole thing. Joey Diaz, a.k.a. Buttons, a.k.a. Fingers, born in Havana,
all right.
Grew up in North Bergen, deceased daughter, and leaves behind a wife and a Jewish fucking mutaj, the whole thing. I write out your obituary, write out your eulogy, what you want people to say about you. I wrote a letter. I'm a fat fuck. He was a good dude. He respected comedy. He was a thief in life, but when it came to comedy, he did it right. I wrote a fucking eulogy out, and that's it. Move on, guys. If Corona gets you, it gets you. If it doesn't, all you can do is wash your hands, wear a mask, and don't stay away from people. But beside that, you're doing the right thing. So you need money, so does everybody else.
Yeah.
Wait it out. Go to the advance paycheck. That ring you got on, you can't eat it.
Yep.
You can't eat it. I've been telling you for years. That car you bought against everybody's wishes, you can't eat it. Go sell it. Fuck it. Light it on fire in Mexico. I don't give a fuck what you got to do. Sell it to the cartel. This is what you need to do now.
Yeah.
George, I give you props. You even fucking got a job helping
Yeah,
your
I got
buddy
a
out.
job, dude. I clean offices.
Yeah, this is it. This is what people don't understand. This is why you're on the show today, to let people know that we're comedians, but
Yeah.
we'll do whatever the fuck it takes.
Yeah, I mean, it
Whatever.
was a humbling.
Bro, when you told me, I was like, wow. At least one guy got it that, you have a dream. That dream right now gets put on hold. Right now, you got to feed your family.
Straight up. Hey,
gotta
Prince
feed
used to
yourself.
clean offices. You know that? Prince would clean offices, and with the money, he'd use it as studio time. Prince, dog.
This is it. This is do or die. I know people are hurting, but I know that everybody's waiting for that check. For some people,
Come
that
on,
check
that
ain't
shit.
never going to come. Some of you got it,
I filled out the form 4 times, and it's rejected me 4 times.
Yeah, unemployment, people are waiting. Some people have had success. I'm not here to be a doom. I told you a long time ago to get yourself a little side gig. And
Well,
that's it.
sometimes if you're busy, it just keeps your mind off.
Yes,
It's not
it
even
really
about the
does.
money.
Yeah, and you know what
really
else
does.
too is I'm Mexican, but I'm like 3rd generation. Like my dad was born here, my grandpa, and I was.
Okay.
And I work with OG immigrant Mexicans right now, and I forgot how dope my people are from my native land, dog. When you work with an immigrant, I showed up to work one day with no lunch, and this fool was like, "Doesn't your lady love you, homie?" Like, what the fuck? He said, "You came with no lunch?" You know me, I had a 6-pack in I'm taking this as a party, dog. I got Side Dick Eddie working with me. And we take 2 beers in our pocket every time we go clean a restroom. Boom, pound it, wash our hands, wash our face, boom, go right back out. And this Paisa had his wife make me lunch, dog. How dope is that? And I broke it down psychologically. I was like, damn, this fool woke his lady up in the morning. I was like, nah, you got to make one more for George.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I kind of like how like I'm informed about the COVID, dog. Like I talk to inspectors and they tell me like, hey, you know what you're spraying on there? Do you know why we're doing this shit? And whether it be man-made, a hoax or anything, the state of California is not fucking around. Yesterday, I cleaned we cleaned a courthouse that's going to get demolished. But they're scared that the corona lived in there. And then when they demolition the building, it's going to spread and hit people.
Do you save any of those chemicals and bring them home? And
Yeah, I fucking spray everything. I spray the cats. I spray killer. Tell him, Joey.
We ain't fucking around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We spray everything. Everything gets cleaned. My fucking office is spotless.
I could tell.
I wipe down the fucking the computer now. This is the new modern, This is the new thing. But no, I admire you that
Thank you,
the
brother.
strip club closed down, the Bray Improv closed down.
They raided my strip club.
And they
no.
they found.
Yeah, we were there.
Did he get fined? Did he get fined?
No, so what happened is they came by and they gave everybody a letter. Hey, check it out. If you are not in between these guidelines of social distancing, like 10 customers max, 6 feet apart, and my boss don't fuck around. She gave all the strippers masks. All the strippers had the gloves on. They had like a little Ziploc bag that they put their money in so it wouldn't touch the purse or get anything infected. And you were getting hand sanitized. Before you got a lap dance, both of you guys would get hand sanitized. And they just came in. The sheriffs, they didn't draw their guns, but they came in with the warrant. They're like old school, dog. Everybody get the fuck out. Everybody just left. And then they sat us down. They said, hey, man, if we come back, it's $1,000 fine.
Right, it's $1,000.
But there was a club that stayed open. Did you see that? It came out on the news,
Yeah.
Club Bliss. Yeah, it stayed open, Joey. They were doing fever checks on people outside. That's some shit. But I'll tell you the sad part, man, is these girls were crying on the way out. Like, honestly, what is a stripper going to do right now, Joey?
Deliver weed.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
Cam
weed
girl.
deliveries are up. Right now, all dispensaries that are legally open, like if you go on weedmaps.com and look that they're really medicinal marijuanas, their delivery services have gone up dramatically. Since nobody goes out, let's take Urban Trees where I go.
Okay.
Their sales right now are 95.5.
Fuck.
5% of their sales is walk up. The safest place right now in LA is Urban Trees.
Urban Trees.
Okay, you can walk in there. I go in there with a mask. They give you gloves. They're outside. The door is open.
No way.
That's why I go to Urban Trees, because the door is open. I'm not going anywhere where there's fresh air.
Yeah.
I have always been a fucking nag about that. I get claustrophobic. I get whatever.
No, I
So
seen you in a car. You roll the window down every time.
Every time. Let's get some air.
It's January.
Let's get some air down. Let's get some air in this car. You're breathing. I'm breathing. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
This is 2020.
Is the mask killing you?
20,000 people. The mask is killing me, dog. When I work out in my backyard, I don't use a mask. But you got to walk. You really got to walk a couple days a week. You got to walk a little bit every day. And I was walking, and I was doing fine. Oh, my God. I had to walk with a mask. Woo! Different fucking ballpark there, dog. I had to stop a couple times and make believe I was stretching, but I was really trying to get my life together. Like, I was about to die. You trying to walk, like, up the hills. I walked, I walked down the riverside. I walked with, and I try to walk off the beaten path. I don't want to walk where I'm walking behind people.
Yeah.
So to do that, you have to do it early, because people start to go out around here about 3. Once they've done all their work and their kids are done with homeschooling. So 3 o'clock in this area, the streets are packed. So you're breathing what everybody else is breathing.
Yeah,
which raises your potential. So what I do is I do something with her early. I bring her back, and then I have time to do it. So I usually take the car, park, and go somewhere and walk.
Okay.
To an unpopular. I'm not going to go to a park.
No way.
I would love to go to that park by NoHo. I would love to go to a bunch of parks, but every one of them, I've driven to every one of them. Beeman has a path. They're all out there. And I can't blame them. That's the obvious choice. When you're drunk, you drive on Fountain.
Yeah.
Right? When you're drunk, you drive on Fountain.
Fuck Sunset.
So this is the same thing here. People are going to parks. So if you don't want to walk around that, and then small neighborhoods, people start coming on around 3:30 and walking, and then you bump into people and it's okay. I found parking lots where I take my daughter and she just spins around. I'm just trying to burn her out, bro.
Yeah.
So when I first take her out in the morning, it's with a scooter. Then I switch it up to the bicycle. And then about 3:30, I pull her out again. Instead of sitting there listening to the news, let's get the last little bit of the sun. And then in between that, I try to take a walk. I was doing fine until I started walking with a mask. And that was fucking crazy, bro. So the last 3 walks I've taken have been with a mask, and they've been rough. Rough where I had to pee and shit. Like, I was getting anxiety, rough. I couldn't breathe. So
yeah.
It's a new obstacle, so I'm going to try it every other day just to walk a little bit.
Yeah, I feel weird wearing the mask and the gloves because, dog, tell me this doesn't remind you. I don't know about you, but I did some bad things in life, and I used to fucking rob people or break into a house, and this is the feel, Lee.
That's the feel.
Lee, this is it. Like right now, I can do something and get away with it. Like, hey, dog, there's no fingerprints. I got this shit on. You can't see me, really.
Does it actually make you feel like that? Do you get adrenaline or something?
Yeah, I get anxiety.
You feel creepy.
I even tell people, hey, dog, get away. You might get took right now.
I put gloves on one day. I felt creepy. The night I tried to rob a bookmaker one night, and I would wear those gloves under a pair of OJ gloves.
Oh, shit.
When OJ killed Nicole.
Uh-huh.
I had a pair of those, not the fancy ones.
Yeah.
But that style. Where
I know what you mean.
It was 1983.
It's like a chauffeur kind of, like they're fitted.
It was February, and it was still cold in Jersey. And I wanted to rob this bookmaker. So I put a pair of those gloves underneath. I had a screwdriver, had a weapon, and I had a pair of OJ gloves. And I had a run. I ended up getting caught. I didn't get caught. The cops came before I could break the seal on the window. Until this day, I have a scar on my right hand. When they told me I was going to lose the movement of my finger. The reason why this was so tough was because the barbed wire got caught and it ripped the glove and the other glove got caught together.
Yeah.
You have no idea, guys, the pain I had. And I did it all with cocaine and booze. I made it a whole fucking day before going to the hospital on just cocaine and booze. I took this glove off. I was walking around like Michael Jackson for a day. I would just walk around with a glove on, and the glove was drenched from the blood. So whenever I would put the glove down, I would take my glove up, and there would be a mist of blood. Where I slept, there was a fingerprint of blood. Like it was like a guy slept there, and they cut his hand off.
I thought you hated blood. Why are you waiting a day to go to the doctor?
Because I fucking couldn't even imagine going to the doctor. The glove was black, so it didn't tell the picture of blood, so it didn't let me faint.
Yeah.
So the whole night in the bar, I went there and I was bleeding, but I was drinking. This is just to show you.
Is this in New Jersey?
Yes, this is just so when people go, look at those assholes in Florida that are out with, man, this is our time. We got to. That would have been me. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he goes, he thinks that it's easier for the kids today to stay home because they've been staying home because of the computer age and games and technology. He goes, if this would have happened when we were growing up, it would have never worked.
No.
It would have never worked because we were so addicted to being out. It would have never worked. Right now, as it was, in my hometown, I heard they closed the park and people kept jumping the fence and playing basketball. So they took the rims down. People kept jumping the fence and playing basketball against the backboard. And then they had to come in and take the backboards down.
Wow.
Like, but this is what people do. They want to get out. They want to jump. So you're caught in this fucking realm of, do you stay in? How much do you push the envelope? You know? And that's what I'm just trying to do because I'm right there. So I'm just trying to keep it light for right now.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck when they open. I have my own agenda. I'm not going on the road. So I got my dates. I already know how I'm going to do them. You know, I think they're going to cancel Cleveland and
when's
Indianapolis, June 21st and 20th.
Shit.
Miami just got canceled with Kim Condom.
Okay. Miami's, isn't that
Miami's
like...
done. May 15th, Miami was done.
We were supposed to be in Addison and...
Right. That got pushed till January.
Oh, fuck it.
Somebody asked me on refunds yesterday. I told them that I think Ticketmaster said no more refunds. So they pushed the El Paso date to January. Who knows what's going to be happening in January? Who knows if Texas is going to have a quarantine? So that means we got to go there 2 weeks before the fucking show. You know, who knows what the restrictions are going to be.
Yeah.
All you could do right now, all I know I got on the books is July 31st in Las Vegas, and I don't expect it. I got August 1st in San Diego. I don't expect it. I don't know what's going to happen in June in Brea.
Yeah.
June 4th through the 6th. It might be open, but we could only do 80 people per show.
But is that going to be the rule?
They're not going to open it up to... Garcetti already said no thousands or more gathering.
Yesterday in Huntington Beach, there was 500 people out, no masks, flags and shit. Fuck you.
They showed the one guy, COVID is alive, but he still had a mask on. And so he looked like Eddie Bravo. I thought it was Eddie Bravo. I guarantee it's Eddie Bravo down there. There's no such thing as COVID.
If the mask doesn't fit, you must have quit.
But the mask don't fit. Yeah, listen. I see these numbers spiking. I see high area places not coming back for a while. New York and Boston is out of fucking control.
That's crazy.
And you know what it all was, Lee?
What? Juice?
Fucking Why you gotta blame the Jews for it? This is what I'm saying. Right away,
in New York, I thought it was the Jews.
Right away, you gotta point your fucking fingers at the Jews.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you why New York and Boston are getting hit so hard? It's not because like Florida's getting hit because of the knuckleheads. It's just a lot of old people. It's going through nursing homes. But you want me, like I know 2 people for a fact in my hometown. 3 of them got it. The mother died. The wife survived.
Oh.
They were all at a bar on St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's weekend was a killer.
They closed. Remember, they didn't have it in L.A.
They didn't have.
And I don't think they had the.
No,
they didn't have the parade in Boston.
Parade in New York and Boston, but people still got together.
Yeah, I'm sure, of course.
People still got together.
The Irish don't
It's
give
the
a
Irish's
fuck.
fault. Thank you.
No, it wasn't the Irish's fault. It was everybody who plays into that fucking
Yeah, I'm Irish.
fake holiday. It's not. Listen, if you're Irish, you know that a glass of whiskey at home is the same as having you know what I'm saying? You live with your family.
Yeah.
That family-orientated clan anyway. You're with your family at the house. I think it was the outings that weekend. That was the weekend Michael Yo got it. That was the weekend of the big explosion.
Okay.
That was the weekend I was supposed to go to New York.
Yeah,
I would
you
have
were
been
like,
there
fuck
St. Patty's Day. It would have been fucked up right now if God would have known what would have happened. So,
Well, speaking to what George said earlier, because I read an article. My mom used to live in a town named Chelsea, which is like right outside of Boston. And she was saying like that, and I read the article that city is the biggest city in Boston. It has like rates like New York because it's a lower middle class neighborhood, and more people there have to go to work.
Yep.
Like I'm sure the rates of this are worse.
The urban areas are getting hit so hard.
and like
That's
Inglewood
why
than it is in Beverly
they're
Hills.
saying black people or brown people. No, because those people gotta go to work. You know, those people gotta pay bills, dog. You gotta put a mask on, G.
Me?
Yeah, everybody puts a mask on.
All right. You know what, though? I'm kind of scared that on Cinco de Mayo, my people ain't going to stay home. I mean, if we do, they're not going to open up bars. Okay, there's not going to be bars open. But I guarantee you, they're going to be at the fucking park in the morning. They're going to be at the backyards, all that, whatever. If your dad owns property that no one's there, there's going to be a party.
Yeah.
I mean, Passover. What did the Jews do? Did you guys...
They did it online.
Online
Jews don't
Seder.
fuck around.
Online?
Seder's on a party. Seder's and Cinco de Mayo is like
They
the
did
opposite.
Seder's online. I gotta give them a lot of respect for
That's
that.
what's up.
You want me to tell you something? I watched a few of them. They were interesting. 12 Jews, like a
Trust me,
fucking Monopoly.
The food's a lot different.
It was
It's
kind of
sad.
nice. It was kind of nice, you know. But George, I feel you. And at this point, listen, we've been educated or lied to. Mm-hmm. Either way, you got a choice to make. You can either be safe or you can be sorry. The rest is up to you. I can't control what your actions are.
No, I feel
And the
you.
government can't control what your actions are either. But I also want you to know the consequences. I also want you to know that from here on in, they're going to fucking, when you get that bill in the mail for that eight month stay, if you think that stimulus check is going to pay for that, you're fucking wrong. Those nurses are getting $128 a day. So they're getting, nurses are making good money in New York. That's what's going on in Syracuse and Albany and places like that. The nurses are leaving those hospitals and going to New York because they're paying $128
Yeah.
a fucking hour. Fuck face mask and whatever. $128 an hour.
That's a
times
lot
8.
of fucking money.
That's a fucking, that could bring you back after a month. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things people don't know, you know, that's fucking crazy. I don't even know
What's
what we're
Cuba
talking-
doing? Did Cuba get hit hard or?
I don't think so.
Because
Outsiders.
socialist countries, no one goes in or out, right?
Yeah, so I think an Italian brought it in on vacation and they contained it, but I haven't heard much about it. I spoke to my uncle the other day and he said he hasn't spoken to my aunt in a few days. I had to call my aunt because Greg Fitzsimmons was going to Cuba and I was going to hook him up in Cuba. And my aunt was going to try to just like welcome him, pick him up at the airport.
Let them know what's the
Show
good
him
stuff
what
at,
the good
or
restaurants
not
at.
to go to.
Yeah, I was going to get him a night at La Factoria I don't know if they'll let them go up. You know, I don't know what the agenda is of the Factoria. So that's the last time. I don't know. I don't really know the statistics in Cuba. How is Mexico?
Mexico's bad, bro. Real bad.
I heard that I spoke to a dear friend of mine, Chemo, who was at the show in Vegas. I checked in on them days later because they were on their way. Guns N' Roses had canceled all their shows except for Mexico City.
Oh, shit.
Like, that was the weirdest thing. Like, people were like, really? You canceled the whole tour except Mexico City? And, like, I guess Guns N' Roses flew down, got on stage, and were in planes within 30 minutes of the performance.
Wow.
Back to L.A. And, like, I guess a week later, Mexico City got rammed, you know, just killed by the fucking shitstorm. So,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on there.
It's so bad in Mexico that the president shut down alcohol sales because people were always going to bars, going out to get a beer. He shut down alcohol sales. So everybody just loaded the fuck up to get alcohol. And come on, dog. There's no money out there for like hospitals and anybody doing bad. It's, you know who's helping out Mexico right now, man? The cartels. The cartels that run that area, they're out there. And even on the package, you know how like the Red Cross will give you a box? Mexico, and I didn't see it in person, but I seen it on the internet, where the Sinaloa cartel, that one from Narcos, the badass motherfuckers, they're all bad, I'm not saying, but like, they were giving boxes to everybody. Just like, hey, you know what? The government says they protect you and they help you all that. Nah, we take care of you guys. Because it's a territorial thing with them, you know what I mean? Take care of us, and you see anybody that doesn't belong, you're out of place, just holler at me.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting that the narcos are giving away. They got the money.
Straight up.
Did the mob do something during Thanksgiving?
Everybody did something, but it was,
Yeah, Nino
John
Brown.
Gotti had the fucking
Turkeys.
4th of July. It's funny if you read the book, people would say, Sammy the Bull book, he goes, yeah, there'd be hundreds of people there eating fucking hot dogs. They'd be puking them up, knowing how he made that money, that there was heroin money.
Yeah.
You know, that they were eating those hot dogs and burgers, you know. The black dude, the one that taught, what's his name?
Bumpy Johnson.
Bumpy Johnson. He gave out turkeys.
Yeah.
And then Nino Brown stole it.
Exactly.
No Jack City and all that. But what were we talking about? Like
How the cartels are helping out Mexico.
Yeah.
yeah, this is a
Well, like, what do you guys think about, like, there's cultures, like, Spanish culture and black culture, like, there's a lot of cultures that, like, live on hugs and, like, a lot of
Oh,
touching.
yeah, that's...
Like, how do you think that's gonna, like,
We adjusted, dog. At the end of the day, we adjusted.
for now, but do you think you're gonna, like, is it gonna be, like, when this is over, too?
But this is like going to church. Just because you go to church, just because you don't put a video up of you bringing pizzas to a fucking hospital, just because you don't do these things doesn't mean you're not helping out your community. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm a big mask guy. So I went and bought 2 boxes of fucking masks, and I went and knocked on my doors and my neighbors who needed fucking masks.
That's what's up.
You know, I saw a chick running the other day with no mask. I pulled up next to her, and I just put a mask out the window, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the
That's
same
awesome,
thing.
dog.
It's the same thing with, as long as you're doing something nice on a daily basis. My wife dropped off some clothes and shit. I saw this people, they opened up a homeless thing for men right here in the dirty side of North Hollywood. So they needed sweatpants. So I had a bunch of sweatpants from when I weighed 400 pounds. Fucking, there's a bunch of skinny guys walking around with tents on right now. They look like
With
MC
some old
Hammer.
sacks
You know what
in
I'm
the
saying?
pocket.
Yeah, you gotta do what you need to do. And the cartel, they're animals, they're savages, but they also come from a Spanish culture.
Yeah.
The hugs, the whatever, it's the same thing. I don't have to give you a big. You ever go out at night? You ever go to like a black comedy club? Mm-hmm. You know these two brothers hate each other, but they see each other in public and it's a big hug and everybody's happy. Oh shit! Oh shit! What's the hug for?
Yeah.
What's the bullshit? What's
Straight
with the
up.
bullshit? So this is going to cut out a lot of bullshit. You don't need to hug me. You know? You don't need to hug me. Right now, we live in a society where we need a hug, but unless you got a wife or a girlfriend, you ain't going to get one.
Yeah, I know.
Straight.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless mom's around and you and mom are fucking, you know, you want to do something nice, go to one of those old folks' home, knock on the glass and show them your dick and run away. I thought about doing that.
Oh, shit.
Just seeing some old guy on
How do you go from hugs to doing that?
because it's like why I ran over the cones. At least I had a little entertainment to my life. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Just because there's a quarantine doesn't mean you still can't have fun.
Oh, hell, I have mad fun.
I was
like,
telling, did I tell this story on the podcast? I was telling you before the podcast about me fucking the walls closing down on me about a week ago. And I fucking called Lee and I go, what are you doing? He's like, I'm about to do a Twitch. I go, before you do the Twitch, hold on. I put my pants on. I ran to the weed store and I bought 3 containers of that juju juice, the fucking, the Quickies, Quick Z. I bought 3 of them and I ran over to Lee's house and I drank one and Lee drank one. Lee was making faces, fuck you.
Oh, I was already high at that point.
So on the way home, that shit must have hit me.
Yeah.
That shit must have hit me because it hits you.
it's a
quick.
body high, right?
It hits you right away.
It's liquid, I think.
It's
that's
a
what-
liquid, so it hits you right away. It's got 100 milligrams. It's not a lot of milligrams, but with the quickies I take is for sleep. It does put, bro, I woke up at fucking 10 to 9 this morning. I drank 2 of those things last night. I slept like a baby. So I drank one. I gave Lee one. I watched Lee drink his, and it must have hit me. And I was driving down. Did I just tell this story?
No, you told me
called it before the
earlier,
podcast.
yeah.
Earlier, and I'm driving down the street. It's got to be 10 to 10. I'm minding my own business. But let me go back. When I was a kid, my buddy had a funeral parlor. And he was a great kid. We loved him to death. But every morning at 8 o'clock, he would put cones out. Just cones out in front of his property. Me and my friends would be snorting coke. And every day we knew at 8, between 8 and 8:10, that's where the flower car comes. And they start loading the flowers up, and then they put the body in the
Oh, I got
casket
you
in the long
now.
car.
Saving the spot.
So what they do is they would have 2 of those, one at 9 o'clock and one at 11 o'clock. We had it timed. So it's 1984. We would drink behind a coke factory. The cops wouldn't fuck with us. It was a coke factory, and we would snort coke behind there. We would put mirrors on top of hoods of cars. We'd be back there from 4 in the morning, and at 8 you run out of beer. And I had a friend who would go, oops, we got to go take care of something. And right before the whole family would be standing in front of the funeral parlor. My friend, who was like you, would be with his black suit because you own the funeral parlor. And then my other buddy would run over the cones right in front of him. And my friend would just close his eyes and shake his head. And then later on, he would see my friend. He'd go, what the fuck is wrong with you? But we went from that, just if we see a cone, you got to hit it. Just on principle.
Yeah.
If you got a cone, I'm either going to hit it or I'm going to steal it. But I love, like, when there's construction, I'm going to sideways. Ask Lee. I've been with him coming back from the Brea Improv, and I'll hit 3 or 4 cones just for principle. I've always loved hitting cones. One night, one got stuck and everything. I love it. So there's a house. And this guy owns it, I guess. I don't know who the guy is, but he's got cones in his driveway. And it's like him and the guy next to him think they're cute, and they have cones in their driveway to let people know, like, you can't make a U-turn in my driveway.
We don't want your traffic over
It
here.
does something to me. It bothers me. You're telling me that you're not part of a community.
Yep.
So what if somebody turns their car around in your car? How does it affect your fucking property value? How does it affect you? So every time I see those cones when I'm in my wife, it burns me up inside. So already one night I was with Lee and I ran over them. I just saw him and I go, Lee, look at this motherfucker. Fuck him. And when you run over them, the ring goes on, the lights go on. It's hilarious.
And there's 2 sets of them, so you have to go in and out. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 sets of them. So I go in and out and I bang them again. So the other night I'm driving home high as fuck.
That's what's up.
Because I didn't even remember till the next day. And dog, I seen those cones out there, and then there's also a sign that says "Don't hit the cones." Boom! I hit the sign too, just out of principle. I hooked it right. I made a left on Kofa, and I was done. Home.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't lit them on fire.
Oh, that's
a
next.
good idea. See, I've never lived in a neighborhood where like you could put cones.
That's douchey.
Yeah.
That's the douchiest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, like I remember some of my neighbors would drive because you've been in my neighborhood.
Your neighborhood's fun. It would drive me nuts. I'm the white guy who'd be like, you have the music blasting at like 2 a.m. I'm like, this would not go.
Like in my neighborhood, they were trying to put the trash cans out to save parking spots,
I hate that.
and motherfuckers would just throw your trash on the floor.
Oh yeah,
it becomes
I'll run
a
it
bigger
over.
mess.
I'll run it over. When I lived up the corner here, people would do that. They thought they were cute.
Uh-huh.
They would put that garbage in front of your car. Oh, and I would be coming home from the comedy store. I got you. At 1 a.m, I'll take your garbage down. Next morning, I wake up, they're out there sweeping that garbage. Hilarious. I caused havoc in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Remember there was a guy who was parking here you didn't like, and he had a pickup truck, so you just put like all your drinks for a year in the back?
Oh, dog, I used to pour cat litter. The cat litter from my house with the cat shit, I would pour it in the back of his car.
No way.
And then
Why?
Because, dog, you can't park here. They would park there and go away on vacation.
Oh, fuck that.
So they would see the train connects over here. So what people would do is either they would park their car here that's free and then take the train to Burbank Airport. Can you take a train to Burbank
It was
Airport?
shuttle.
So that's what they do. So a lot of these motherfuckers want to save on money, so they park on this street during the holidays.
Okay.
So there was a black truck one time that not only did he park in front of my house, but he took up 2 parking spots.
Oh, that ain't right.
That's a direct offensive.
Straight fuck
That's
you.
straight fuck you. So I sat there for 3 days and I figured out what I could do. So I looked at
You meditated?
Oh, I meditated on it because this is going to be slow torture. I want this to be a slow Houdini type torture. So I Houdini'd this motherfucker from A to Z. This was going to be Jan Michael Vincent. Did you see The Professional?
Yes.
Did you see it this recently?
No, I seen the old one, right?
The one with the chick and the little guy?
The little girl and that guy.
And the guy.
Yeah, the guy from fucking Godzilla.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it with you, yeah.
That shit is
With me.
hard.
Yeah, like pieces of it. I don't think I've ever watched
Okay,
it.
the
They kill the
original-
mom, right?
They kill the mom, the
Yeah.
family.
Yes.
But at the end, he kills the whole building.
Takes him out.
And as he's walking out, the cop, he's one of the best actors in the game right now. I forget. Look up The Professional and tell me who's in it. Please, sir, when you have a minute.
Hey, I can imagine your brain just
played-
Is it
bubbling.
called The Professional or is it something else?
The Professional.
It's called The Professional.
It's a shame we were supposed to do fucking the Comedy Store tonight.
I know. I was excited to come out
John
with you,
Reno?
man.
Huh?
Gene Reno, Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman plays the cop in that movie. And he steals the fucking show. But I don't know if you don't remember how that movie ends. Gary Oldman kills that little girl's family
Yeah.
because he said there was heroin missing. They were a heroin family. So at the end, when he's walking out, and don't tell me spoiler alert, bitches, the movie's 20 years
Yeah,
old.
94.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go fuck yourself. Fucking dummies. Why are you spoiler alert? I've never seen it. Well, go fuck yourself. It's 20 years old by now. Come
It's
on.
older than that.
Yeah, so at the end of that, he goes in, Gary Oldman, and he spots the Professional dressed as a cop. He sneaks out like Hannibal Lecter snuck.
Yeah.
He switched costumes with the cop,
Uh-huh.
and he's noticed him because he took his mask off to breathe. And then the Professional walks out the building, and Gary Oldman shoots him in the back of the head. And then when the Professional's laying there, he's like this, and he looks up, and Gary Oldman stands over him, and fucking the Professional puts his hand up and says, "Take this. This is for Alina," because he was an Italian. He had a heavy accent, and Gary Oldman doesn't know what it is. He takes his hand and he looks at it, and it's just a ring with a thing. And then he figures out this is a linchpin. And he opens up the guy's jacket, and there's grenades. And he blows up. That's how the movie ends. It's tremendous.
Yeah.
They stole it from the mechanic. 1973.
Yeah?
Jan Michael Vincent. Yes, same move. Jan Michael gets into the car, and there's a note from Charles Bronson. If we got back here and you're in my car, it's because you killed me. I set up for filament. This car's going to blow up in 20 seconds. And as he's going, the car blows up, and the movie ends.
That's
because he
bomb.
kills Charles Bronson in Italy. So it's the same thing. What are we talking about here?
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest.
No, we
fuck
were
knows?
talking about how you were thinking from A to Z how to sabotage this guy's truck for taking
Okay.
both
Oh, yeah,
spots.
there-
So
I'm into
okay.
this, dog.
So I said, fuck, this has to be a slow torture. So number one, I'm going to start with just garbage. He parked it like December 23rd. So I knew he wasn't going to come back till January 4th.
Yeah.
So I had to give him surprises. Plus, he had to take a surprise to go. Okay? He needed to take a surprise to go. So what I did was I fucking filled it up with garbage first. I
Started emptying the trash cans?
No, because I don't want evidence. There's receipts and shit.
Okay.
I would hit him with like a diet soda from
A banana peel.
whenever I went to 7-Eleven, I'd get a fucking a protein bar. I would throw the fucking wrapper in the back of his car. If I took my daughter to McDonald's and she was a baby, I wouldn't throw the trash out. I put it in the back seat, and later on that night, I throw it in the trunk of his car. That went for about 10 days. It was filled with trash. So now I didn't know if he was coming back for New Year's, so I had to work my magic like on the 29th. So I started just emptying out litter. I would get home at night about 1 in the morning.
Wow.
I would empty. I had 3 cat litter boxes
I got 3 too. I got 3
filled
cats.
with shit.
The pneumonia smell on that?
Oh, I just kept putting them back there, putting them back there, putting them back there. So then I wanted to make sure he's not coming back on the 30th. When I saw he was still there on the 31st, I took the guts out of the one tire, the one on the inside. So he has to figure out how to get a jack in there and really work it. And they don't even know they have a flat.
Yeah.
They don't know they
Because
have
it's
a
the
flat.
inside tire.
I take the gut out.
Oh, okay.
I have that piece that takes the gut out.
I know what you mean now.
The air goes,
Yeah.
and you put that back in. So they think they have a flat. You just took the gut out and added out. So now I have to do a 3-phrase prong. I want him to fix the flat and think he's good. He's out of it. Now all he has to do is dump the fucking
Trash.
I figured out how to open up his gas cap. And I put like 20 little balls of saran wrap in there. Like 6-inch saran wrap balls. That means within a week, once he got rid of the trash and once he fixed the bike, the tire, now the car was going to start to stall. But at weird times, because once his truck was that old that it probably still had a carburetor. Or something. So once it gets warm in the car and the gas gets warm, cellophane expands. So it starts covering spots.
Oh, yeah.
So something's going to jam up. So in 1 minute you're on the 405, and all of a sudden your car stops, and you get hit by 10 cars and shit like this.
Jesus.
This is how the old school.
This guy just went to the airport.
Yeah.
Who the fuck you think you're dealing with? Who the fuck you think you're dealing with? These are all the teachings of Fred. I can't say his last name.
I got you.
Fred used to feel that why hit somebody when you put maple syrup in somebody's gas can,
Fuck.
Why do you do that?
because maple syrup takes the gasoline and turns it into a fucking nightmare. So what happens is after about 3 days, your car starts to stall. They take it to the fucking thing. They pull off the engine. They can't figure out why your car is stalling. Even
No one
after-
ever thinks about the maple syrup. on the
No,
gas.
maple syrup and fucking saran wrap in your gas tank. Within a week, you'll see him fucking with a broken arm. I don't know what happened. I was driving down the street and my car stalled.
Like in Kingpin, where Ernie McCracken put sugar in the
Yeah,
tank.
you put sugar in your gas tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all that shit comes from. You just seize up an engine. You just seize up the engine. It was so popular when I was growing up.
What was the craziest shit you threw in the trunk, in the back of the truck, though?
The craziest thing I think I ever did, one of the funniest. I am very fortunate, like you, George. Fortunate in the sense that God took us off the street for a while and put us back on to show us what the realities of life. You and I both know that we could have fell into the system.
Yeah.
And been in there right now scratching with COVID, ready to die. If you're in prison right now, you're dead.
Yeah.
You might as well sign your obituary. And
There's riots in
if
every
you're in prison
right now.
listening right now, you're dead. I'm sorry to tell you. You shouldn't have stole the hose. You should have killed the fucking witness. You're fucked up. You're dying. It's all over. You don't even need the electric chair. If you got a nonviolent crime, you might get out. There's always a way. But if you got a violent crime, you're going to sit there till your ass grows roots. But, what was I going to tell you?
I don't know.
You were telling me how we're lucky to be off the streets.
The craziest thing you did.
And the craziest thing you did, you put in someone's trunk. Car for parking in the front.
In 1986, I got a job at a place that I fucking... It was really hard. I was trying to get a second chance at life, and this job was presented to me. The problem was it was the opening scale of the job, and it was probably basically working for free. I enjoyed the job so much. I was a shagger at a body shop. And I enjoyed the job because eventually you graduated into becoming a detailer, and you went from working 60 hours and getting $200 a week.
For 60 hours?
Oh, my God, to working 60 hours and making $1,500 a week.
Oh.
That was a reality in 1987, 86 in my world.
What's that equivalent to what is now?
Oh, my God.
That's mad money, right?
Yeah.
That's like rent, everything.
Yeah, that was these guys were detailing new cars. I forget what they were getting, and they were a piece of cake. You could do 10 of those in a day.
Wow.
They were getting like $50 per those, and all you had to do was take the cosmoline off, which is the chemical they put on the car when it comes on the ship, a protective coating. So
yeah, I know exactly what
salt
you
water
mean.
won't get in it.
Exactly.
Put the mats in.
Yeah.
Huh?
Never mind.
Put the mats in it. Put the windshield wipers on. It's not more of a wash. It's more of a prep. Mm-hmm. So that's all it was. It took you an hour, 45 minutes. Once you knew how to do it, I would do 2 at a time when I got good at it. I would pull 2 in. Spray them both. It's both at the same time. The chemical has to stay on there to break the cosmoline. And I would just wait, hose them down, dry them up, put the windshield wipers on, take the mats out of the back seat. Sometimes you had to put the rim coverings
Yep, I know
on
what you
the
mean.
tires, put Armor All on the wheels, put some Armor All around the fucking thing, dope it up. Boom! I could do 10 of those a day. Used cars with 2.5 hours.
Why?
Because they take time. They use cars. You got to get a Q-tip.
Oh, yeah,
and
you're
go
right.
in
I
their
got
real
you now.
thing and vacuum
Yeah.
and throw Armor All and do the
Oh, shit,
windows.
the Q-tip.
But all those
That's
motherfuckers,
OG.
I was getting in there at 6 in the morning.
The Q-tips for the AC? Huh?
Yeah, for the AC and the fucking thing. I know all that shit. I could detail a car at 140, and we would split it 50-50 or something like that. It was great money, and that's where I met the dude that I kidnapped Bella with. He installed stereos and speakers there. He was an idiot in the back. But the point of the story was, when I got the job there, you would get promoted to be a detailer, depending on how hard you worked. I ate those other shaggers alive.
Yeah.
Like, I ate them alive. That's what you call a shagger. I ate them alive. They couldn't even walk. You know, you had to be there at 7. I was there at 6. And I was snorting coke then.
Yeah, as I was going to say.
Not a lot of coke, because I was flat broke. But I had nowhere else to do and nothing to be. I was there at 6.
You were working to get some coke, too.
I was getting that job. And my girlfriend would pick me up at fucking 6 o'clock. The only thing enjoyable about that job was the burrito lady. She came at 10 o'clock and she made these green chili with mashed potato burritos, breakfast
I miss
burritos
that shit.
with eggs wrapped in aluminum foil. They were this big. I'd buy like 8 of those motherfuckers. She had me on the credit program where you buy on Friday. And then there was a team. There was the Baltimore Colts were then. And their father, there was there were two brothers that played for the Baltimore Colts, Kevin Call and another guy, Cal. One of them was a badass. He was an offensive lineman that had to cover like the dude against the Jets. And back in the 80s, all those defensive linemen, this guy fucking covered. Kevin Call. His father had the Roach Coach. So I would sell the father stolen cigarettes. I had a place that I could steal cartons of cigarettes from. And I would go in there and take like 10 cartons of cigarettes, give it to Mr. Call, and he would give me credit. So
They're more expensive in the East Coast too, right? Cigarettes?
No, this is Colorado.
Oh, okay.
This is Colorado, G.
Oh, shit.
So I was selling them to Mr. Call. But let's get to the basics of this. This place where I worked at, I finally got promoted, and I finally became a detailer. And once I became a detailer, I put the same passion into detailing, into being a detailer, because I had never made this type of money before, unless I was slinging coke.
Money makes you.
So I went in there to fucking work, Jack. I kept that job for like 7 months, 6 months, and I fucking was there at all times. Fucking, became my life. It got me clothes. Like I was in a hole. You ever been in a hole?
Yeah.
And you're like, if there's a time to work, it's now.
Exactly.
I'm not doing anything else with my life. So I just went down, and I started picking up those $1,500 checks. And I was getting fucking, I was getting flush again.
How old were you?
It was 1987, so I was 24 years. It was 86.
Damn. So you was like fit, slim.
Yes,
Dressing
86.
Like how was your dress back then, Joey?
My
Like
dress
you wore like
back
the
then was
leather
jeans.
Okay.
White sneakers. Nothing has changed. From the white, it was probably white Converse, jeans, white T-shirt, gold chain. No leather in Colorado.
No? Why not?
You would scare white people.
Because what's the
East
reason?
Coast shit. That's East Coast shit.
Oh,
Colorado,
okay, I got
it snows
you.
too much to wear leather.
Yeah.
You just stuck out like a sore thumb. I remember when I moved to LA. You know how many people I scared with that leather jacket?
No.
West Coast people, they can't handle it.
They were like,
I used to
"Whoa."
wear a leather jacket. I remember I used to go to news radio shootings when Joe Rogan was on news radio.
Okay.
And Joe Rogan would come up to me later on and go, "Dog, you're scaring these white people." I go, "How do you know?" And he goes, "Because they're talking about it. Who's that scary guy with the leather jacket on?" It scares white people. Once you're west of the Mississippi, you gotta lose the fucking leather jacket.
Yeah, what a trip.
Yeah, it scares white people. It gives them it's not something. How many people you see with leather jackets? And if they do wear leather jackets, they're kind of stylish in Los Angeles.
Yeah, exactly.
But this fucking place, after like 3 months, like when I first got in as a detailer, I wasn't really one of them. They were shitting on me because I was a shagger.
Like an apprentice kind of.
Yeah, but now when I was one of them, they would still bust my balls. They would still bust my balls from time to time. And now I had a different boss. And the guy I encountered was this guy called Dirk Johnson or Dirk Jordan. Dirk Johnson. And he had his own crew. So there was 8 detailers, but 5 of them were in his crew.
Oh, there's like clique.
Yeah, it was a clique. They would always get the preemie cars.
Yeah.
And the other 3 dudes would get whatever the fuck we got when we got it. That's why I started going at 6. So
Yeah, to get there early, to get an early start.
So I would get there and pull 2 new ones to guarantee my first 100 for the day.
Yeah.
So by the time he got in, I had already made $100. Okay, I already was at 500 for the week, and I had overtime there. There was overtime there, so it was just so weird that I was a cocaine dude. Not every night then, because I didn't have the money, and I knew I had gotten a second chance, and I had to pay a bunch of bills off. So I was such a hard worker there that they kind of got mad at me, George.
I know what you mean.
Like the other guys looked down at me.
Like, hey, you're making me look bad.
Really, dog? You got to come in at 6, What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
You can't come in at 7? And then they got mad because I was coming in at 6 and picking up the juicy stuff. Well, the place opens at 4. Beat me out.
Yeah.
Beat me out, bitch. Get here at 5.
People got places to go,
Nobody did that shit. So they kept complaining to Dirk Jordan, Dirk Johnson, whatever his name was. And now Dirk started riding me. But I had a friend in the partner. The owner of that place turned into a friend, and the guy that was in charge of service turned into a friend. So I went to them, and I'm like, this guy's riding me. Get him off me, because the one guy was from New York. I said, get him off me, because I'm going to knock him the fuck out.
Yep.
This guy's confused. And every morning, Dirk would go, the next time you come here before me and get authorization, this is a nice. One day I just grabbed him. I go, stay right there. I went in the back, and I got the owner. I go, come here for a second. You know, I was like, what's going on, Joe? I go, tell him what you just told me. Tell him. And he's like, well, it's that he comes here at 6. He goes, hey, where I come from, the early bird gets the worm. Sorry. So Dirk had egg on his face. So now Dirk would let me steal those 2 cars in the morning, and then he would give me cars from like 1952 to make me put them back to life. So I'd have to spend an extra hour there. So I got hip to him. So then him and like 2 other little white dudes would make little remarks at me from time to time. You know what I'm saying? So I knew who my friends were there.
Well, what would they say? Like, your armor all sucks.
Like something. What? You didn't, they would say something to me. What, you're not staying late tonight?
Oh, I got you.
And my girlfriend would make me lunch in those days. And I wouldn't eat lunch at 12. I would eat at 5. I could live off a breakfast burrito.
Straight up.
Because I would buy like 2 or 3 breakfast burritos. And I would be eating them while I worked. I didn't want to take a lunch. They would take an hour lunch.
Fuck that.
I would work through my
that.
lunch, and then at 5, I would eat lunch, and they would make little remarks to me. But I had already made $300 for the day. Once I made $300, then you eat. But until you make $300, there ain't no eat. That was a discipline in my head. That was it. And that was, even when I was fucked up, I wasn't that fucked up. Don't ever get me wrong.
Well, you're a hustler.
I was still a hustler.
Yeah.
So this dude kept riding me one day. So one day I went in there at 5 in the morning, and what do I see? I see a dead rat on the floor. He got caught by a trap. And I hate motherfucking dead rats. So I'm washed. I said, oh, fuck. I got an idea. I took the whole trap against my best wishes. I got like a glove and a towel. And I carried that motherfucker, and I hit him behind the garbage. And the dude came, and his name was Dirk, whatever. Dirk Jordan, Dirk Johnson. I don't know what his
DJ.
whatever his fucking name is. These fucking hearing aids make my ears itchy as fuck. You know that?
Yeah, I can tell. It's all good, brother. You got those and the headphones. That's itchy.
Oh, my God. So
the mouse, the rat's behind the trash can.
This fucking rat had to be 5 inches, and the click had caught him like in half. So he was halfway in, and you could see his teeth and shit. So I'm like, fuck, how am I going to do this? So I hit him behind the garbage can. And this fucking dude, Dirk, came in with his 2 little capitans, and they made whatever remarks they wanted to. And he hung his jacket up. Like, I had the rat hidden over here, and he hung his jacket up right over there. And I'm like, Doug, this guy don't know. So little by little, I got the courage up. And I put my foot down on the trap. And I picked up the fucking thing, and he was dead.
Yeah.
So I kicked him out of the trap, and the rat fell. So now I had to get like a paper towel. And at lunchtime, when nobody was watching, I took the rat by the tail, and I put it in his jacket pocket.
Oh, shit.
And I covered the jacket pocket. And I kept working. At 5 o'clock, I took my lunch and shit. And then that night, my girlfriend picked me up at the time, and I went home, and I forgot all about Dirk. The next morning, I go in there at 6. You know me, I get my 2 new cars. I'm trying to make my hustle on. And all of a sudden, I hear a call. We're working. It's on. The body shop is on.
Yeah, you're
Music
sweating, shit's moving.
People are fucking getting work orders. People are dropping off cars. Tow trucks are pulling up. The burrito lady's there. And all of a sudden, Dirk Jordan fucking pulls up, and his car is all dented. Like he had an accident and shit, right? Like it was all fucked up. You could hear it going, and he walked in furious. Like, okay, who the fuck did this? He goes, I went to reach in my pocket for a cigarette, and I took out a rat. And I crashed my car. And you know me, dog. I just sat there, just bumping out my little car, laughing inside. and he knew he was me.
Oh, shit.
And him and his boys were going to try to get me, but it was too late.
Yeah.
I had already been transferred to Bill Kraut Subaru as a fucking salesman. So suck my dick and call me shorty. I was born in 1940. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit, that was good. Hey, speaking of mouses and rats, you got cats. And my cats are inside cats. And, like, they go outside now to say, like, to let the other cats know, what's up, bitch? We live here, too. This is our area. But lately, these fuckers have been, like, killing gophers and mice. And, like, bringing them to my window, like, just to show me. Like, what's up? What's up? This morning, one of the gophers outsmarted these motherfuckers. He played the best dead I've ever seen, Joey. Like he had one arm here, the tail, like the cats took his tail off. But like they tested him. Like I was tripping out. So
George, you can't let your cats out now.
dog, they get out on their own.
No, you can't let them out now, especially
It's with
they
this.
bring home a bat and you're done.
Hey, I went to move the gopher to check out if it was like really like, cause like I could see it was like, yo, dog, this fool was like holding his breath in, like he was waiting for a move,
Now how'd the cat bite his tail off?
cause they're
He
crazy.
didn't make a move, the gopher?
That's how I didn't see him get his tail bit off, but the tail was not there and it was laying next to him, and like he was playing dead because my cat was trying to play with it. Once I go, psh, baby. My cat's name is it was Baby and Rick James. They terrorize these things. And I was like, come here. And like I shook their food and they walked over there. That fool jumped up, dog. I swear, grabbed his tail and that fool took off, went in the dirt. And I was like, oh my God.
Cats are fucking scary.
Yeah, you can't let your cat out now, no, George.
They get out on their own.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You know what? Put them in fucking Canary Island jail. They won't get out. Can you imagine how lucky are we that we're not locked up now, George? What a different time period it is.
It's great. That's great. You know what? Speaking of locked up and your shirt, you know what that sweater that reminds me of? And I just seen the show, and I wanted to ask you about it because I don't think I was old enough. But the Waco shooting, have you seen that on Netflix?
No, I know. You know,
You lived it.
this week is 2 anniversaries that are big for me. Today is the anniversary of the 40th anniversary of the Mario Harbor when Cuba opened up.
No, it's today?
When my mom died, she was 6 months away. If my mom would have lasted 6 months, my mom would have picked up her daughter in Cuba.
Wow.
That was the plan?
They didn't know. All that disruption was going on.
Fidel took over, right?
Fidel had taken over. He had the island since fucking 1959.
But then he sent everybody.
What happened was there was Cuba was going through hard economic times.
Mm-hmm.
The Russians had pulled out. The Cubans were out of money. People were starving, so people started invading little embassies, and they would get thrown back into the society, and they would get shot. And the embassies finally took notice that this is fucking crazy. So they said, anybody who wants to leave Cuba, show up here at 7 in the morning. Fucking 2,000 people showed up and kicked the gates down.
Damn.
They went to war for a couple of days with the Cuban army. They had to get like the security from the embassy. Had to go to war with the Cuban police. This is crazy. So this went on. So finally, but the disruptions were starting already when my mother was still alive. Like you were hearing disruptions in Cuba already.
They were trying to overcome.
Now they were really trying to get the blackmail out that America was bad. And meanwhile, we're fucking starving. Like, whoa, wait a second. Like, I just got 6 eggs for my family for the month. And how is America bad?
Real talk.
And then they started saying, so send us money. So if you sent your family $500, the Cuban government would only give you $125.
Damn.
The rest of the Cuban government would take. So all that unrest started when my mother was alive. I remember hearing all about it. It's so weird.
Didn't he take Sheila Easton's house too, or something like that?
Celia Cruz.
Celia-
Fucking Sheila Easton.
My bad.
Sheila Easton is from fucking San Francisco somewhere. Celia Cruz, but that was all in 59.
Okay.
We're talking about 75 now.
Okay.
Once Russia realized that, what's the only thing? Cuba can't do nothing for you except give you sugar.
Yeah, they're not gonna bust a grape.
That's it. They got no money, so Russians pulled out with financing. Things went sour. That's why Fidel had to go into the narco trafficking business.
Okay.
And all these shows that they put about narco, they throw the CIA under they throw everybody under. Nobody has thrown Fidel yet.
You're so right.
Until a show throws Fidel under, that's when I'm paying attention, because that's when you did your homework. You know, once Cuba was broke, Cuba went to the Colombians and said, hey,
You want a new route?
you want a new route?
And how far is Cuba from Miami now?
90 miles.
How many?
90 miles. So
Oh.
they were shipping the tons into Cuba, and then they were breaking it up into delivery. So it was like one on
Put
the
in
hour.
the sugar. It looks like sugar already.
So it was like 1 million kilos were coming in, and then they were going on 10 different boats with a million kilo on each boat. If
Wow.
7 boats got in, 7 boats out of whatever got in.
That's great. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. So Fidel was making money. I think Fidel was making $800,000 a ship.
Fuck.
Because years later, when Carlos Leder testified to reduce his sentencing, he mentioned it. He spoke about it. He goes, I remember giving him envelopes to his face. $800,000 a ship. That's what he negotiated. I'll send 10 ships out a day. If 10 get in, I get 8 million. If 6 get in, I get 4.2 million. You know, he just knew how to wrangle it in. They've never mentioned that. They'll
That's
tell you
wild.
about how the government in Mexico knew about the Sinaloans, how they were in, the president of Mexico, Acosta. They'll tell you all that stuff. They'll tell you how whoever shot President Kennedy, but they still won't release the Castro communism.
Do you think it's because America was kind of in on it? Like the people here?
Listen, we found out we were in on the Iran-Contra scandal. We were trading weapons for drugs and cash, weren't we, with the Sandinistas? Or
I don't.
Yeah, if you watch Narcos, all that shit is true.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, all that shit is true. Then what's the guy, the white dude went in front of Congress, and he got thrown under the bus for giving the CIA. I don't know. I don't know the whole fucking breakdown of everything. I'm just telling you that, you know. These are the realities that you find out later on that they tell you. So who the fuck knows? So what else are you going to do for 420? What do you got cooking tonight on Monday night?
Well, you know,
Shit.
I'm so
We got
glad.
no show. We
Yeah.
got nothing.
I'm doing your podcast Monday morning, and then tonight,
Well, you do. Yeah, it's Monday
Tonight.
morning now.
yeah, I'm
do you got
gonna.
tonight?
I got my own podcast going on. I got like about 4 or 5 people that live in my house, and we all, before we podcast, we all take that fucking shower. We do a Lysol inspection on each other, boil local wipes to the hands, clean the table off with the cleaning supplies from work. And we're gonna have a little 420 podcast. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I am thinking about, because there's this stripper that works with me, and she's just like, "Yo, man,
That's 6 people, so they're gonna get shut down. You're gonna get $1,000.
we'll kick Side Dick Eddie out."
Yeah. You don't wanna pay 'em.
And
You know, listen, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I got a lot of fucking people who were pissed off at me. They were pissed, you know,
Why?
because you were coughing and they didn't know what the fuck was going on, and they were concerned. So I thought about stopping the podcast for a while. And then I figured, what good would I do at the time that you need, you know, comedy and humor and just a little fucking inspiration? What a time to close it. So I decided to do everything, but Lee can't do dick, which he won't do. He's been on quarantine for 2 years. And, you know, I put the
I'm having a good time.
I put the guest on that, you know, I think are pretty clean. So I
Yeah.
don't want to get you infected. I
Thank
don't want to
you.
get infected, and I want it, but I always wanted to put content out, I don't care if I got to come here and play the ukulele by myself once a week for an hour.
Straight up.
I will come here and give you some type of content to think about, to take your mind off what's going on right now.
Straight up.
It's 4:20 again. We can't even smoke a joint like human beings because this is the future now.
It's all edible.
Thank God I ate my edibles. How'd that edible hit you, Lee?
It's kicking pretty good.
It's kicking pretty good.
He had the mask over his eyes.
Oh, yeah. He's a beauty. This is the real deal Holyfield over here.
Hey, doesn't he look like a weird ninja?
I do.
He feels like a weird ninja. He's had a rough couple weeks, dog. The other day I gave him garlic pills. I gave him edibles. He thought he was down for one day. He had been down for a day and a half.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah. Have you ever had cilantro pills?
That's what I'll give him next.
Jesus Christ.
Garlic pills almost fucking killed him. It cleaned out his system. He took.
You ever
shit.
like take so many shits at like 3 in the morning you have to take a shower?
Yeah,
I did that
Yeah.
twice, 2 nights in a row because of those pills.
That's how good the garlic is.
Oh
for you.
my god.
I do that every fucking day, twice a day.
You ever had?
Especially now during this quarantine. You can't do shit.
No.
This is what's going to build your fucking immune
Yeah, but you're
system.
running out of toilet paper.
Who gives a fuck, Lee?
This quarantine.
Toilet paper. Wouldn't you rather be healthy than worry about fucking toilet paper? That's why you got a fucking bidet, don't you?
Yeah,
the fuck is wrong with
that
you?
stuff's too strong for the bidet.
Yeah, no, you're strong. Your asshole whiff. I can't imagine what your asshole must smell like with the hummus and the McDonald's and the old shit you got stuck up there. It's like a gram. Like if somebody gets toilet, like right now, if they catch you on the street past 8 o'clock, you should be sentenced to a week of sniffing Lee's asshole to take away the corona and to fucking make you check
I
your
haven't had
fucking
hummus in a
life.
month.
You haven't had what?
Hummus
Hummus
in
in
a
a
month.
month. Thank God for that.
It smells like the back of that truck.
Oh. George Perez, I'm happy you came out today.
Thank you, brother. I'm happy
you took
that
the
you-
time. I'm 420 and shit. Hey, you're all going through shit. We're all going through shit. We're going to make the best of it because that's what the fuck we do here on the church, even with a fucking mask on. The last time I wore a mask, you don't want to know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Last time I had a mask on, you don't want to know what the fuck I was doing. But this is the new norm. I don't want to do that fucking Zoom shit where, I got to pop my head up. I mean, So we try to stay clean. We leave the door open. We sanitize. Mm-hmm. You know me. I fucking don't go nowhere without my fucking, let me get that little cap, Lee. It's right under your foot there.
Hey, Halloween's gonna be easy now though. We got a lot of practice with masks.
Who gives a fuck about Halloween? We got to make it to Halloween, brother. We got to make it to the 4th of July. Don't worry about Halloween right now. Look at this poor bastard.
It's really I can't get
Right there. You see
I
it?
can't get that right now.
You can't get that right
I'll
now?
get it.
No,
No, I'll get it. Still with it. I'll get it.
This is the glass thing.
No, there's a
Shit,
glass
I'm so high.
there. You're in no danger of getting that. George Perez, I would promote your dates, but we got
You don't
nothing.
got no days.
Hopefully June 4th to the 6th, they'll let us do Brea. I appreciate you guys taking the time and supporting the podcast. Thank you, George Perez. And don't forget, your podcast is called
George Perez Stories.
on fucking
iTunes, anything.
With the church, what's happened now, we got fucking YouTube, iTunes, and
Spotify.
there you go. So you can listen to us on Spotify. And all I can do is wish you a happy 420. Don't forget to get high as fuck. And don't forget to be humbled and thank you. And thankful. We're still alive. You still got your health. And prayers out to everybody who is suffering. And also a fucking big hug to all the motherfuckers out there in the front line. From the supermarkets to the hospital to the nurses. Thank you for what you do. The church appreciates you. I love you guys. I'll see you Wednesday morning. Kick this motherfucking meal, Lee.